Let's talk learning styles. It's been told of us since we were young that we learn best according to our different, individually based learning style. Designed in 1987, Neil Fleming's Vark model is the most widely known and popular learning style model, classifying students into four different categories: auditory, which is hearing; visual, which is sight; reading and writing; or kinesthetic, which is more hands on learning. Because of the popularity in this idea of learning styles, you can find out your learning style with one simple Google search. According to William Fury, research shows that 29 states require government distributed test preparation materials that include learning styles. He also found in a study that out of 598 educators, 76% of them believed that students would learn better when their education was tailored to their learning style. But with little to no substantial evidence that learning styles are actually effective in the classroom, the idea of learning styles is actually a neuromyth. While it is true that different parts of the brain are used to receive and process information, there is no evidence that supports the idea that one learning style is more effective than the other. In fact, there's more evidence stating otherwise. In a study at the Medical Sciences program of Indiana University, Polly R. Huseman tested the effects of the well-known Vark model on anatomy class students by having them study according to their suggested learning styles and take assessments that were tailored to their learning style to analyze results. They found that only 32.5% of students had study strategies that actually aligned with their Vark assessments, and found that students who studied for the exams based on their learning style performed almost no differently than students who didn't study based off their learning style. Now you might ask, why would teachers continue to implement this idea of learning styles into their classrooms even if they aren't real? With little to no scientific research presented to them that proves learning styles aren't real, teachers and educators will be inclined to believe that tailoring a student's education to their preferences is what's best for them. So if learning styles are a myth, we ask ourselves, how should we be studying? Though we may have different preferences and abilities when it comes to learning, with so many different parts of the brain that retain different information and have alternative functions, it's important that we implement all different sections of our brain into studying in order to benefit the most. A common mistake that people often make is that they know that there are these separate structures and functions of the brain, but they believe that they do not interact with each other, which in reality they actually function together as a unit. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to have 10 different study tactics all the time that apply to different learning styles, but it's important that you don't focus on just one, but rather experiment with your brain in different learning techniques in order to benefit your learning and education.